There we go. Hello, folks. Welcome to Matrix Talk.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Well, unless you're
September
listening
the 1st.
unless you're listening to this.
Yeah, it could be happy whatever day you're having.
Happy whenever, one of the 7 days of the week in 2025, or whenever you're listening. But we're here. And, but for us, it's in Eastern Time, USA. It's 1 p.m. on September the 1st.
September the 1st.
It is officially fall.
It's happening.
And so here we are. And we are here to do pile some new ground here. Naked verbal portraits.
That was just Crowdcast telling us.
And I hesitated. Yeah, Crowdcast telling us we're on. Hey, thank you, Crowdcast. maybe we didn't know that, but we know that. And then Sawubona. It's Zulu word, right?
It's a Zulu word. I see you.
I see you. And so we're going to expand on that, talk about that, matricize that, do stuff from our term of the naked verbal portraits, because people can see you if you draw them a portrait, and in our case, draw them a verbal portrait.
Yeah.
So that's what we're up to, right?
Because we're not artists in that respect. We're stick figure guys.
Okay, folks, if you think about it, the Matrix is nothing but a stick figure.
Yep.
Right?
Outstretched arms of a human. That's the way I look at it.
The limits of my artistic that stick figure.
Yeah.
And when it goes to that circle or oval in the middle, I'm pushing the mounds.
Yeah.
Getting away from me. But anyway, if you think of it as a stick figure, now we're going to add some details to the stick figure.
Well, I just thought of something. We draw the circle for noticing in the middle. That's like your hara. In Eastern traditions, your hara is like in the middle, in your center. It's centered. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about that. The karate days and all.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to say, we're goofing off for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Because we always do, because we were waiting for people to get online.
Paul and Anders would probably already know about that.
Evelyn has showed up, and Jag has showed up. Paul just showed up. He's from Manchester. You might tell us where you're from. I said, from Maine, peace from Maine.
And I'm in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, Phil, Mark's in D.C. Man, they need some peace down there, I bet.
Oh, they could use a little bit of that.
We got London.
Jag.
London, we're in Norway. We are very international today. I'm seeing if a few more people pop it.
Again.
My goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm.
London as well.
Well, London, Canada. She's in the.
Well, close enough.
Yeah. Still counts as international in our country.
Yeah. You got to use the passport to get there. I know. Been there many times. So, 104. We're almost there.
Yeah. And then while we're goofing around, we didn't put anything down there today. Did we do that?
No, we don't. Is Tina on? We need.
Not yet.
Hold on a minute. Okay, folks, we're going to take a little longer than that. Okay, we need the call to action.
Kevin's going to put the little green button down. While he's doing that, if you haven't done so before, go to the upper right and click the follow button. That helps us out. It'll let you know when we're going live. If you perchance forget or get distracted and want to tune in. And anybody else who's new for the first time, chat in. Tell us where you're from.
Oh, yeah, please do. Oh, there's more people on now. I ended up with the one that says click here to support Matrix Talks on Patreon, which that click actually gets you to a page that has our bling on it as well.
Yeah.
And
T-shirts.
we have a few people giving us $5 a month for coffee. And you know what? If we had 1,000 people doing that, we're all set.
Yeah, it really helps out, folks. We
It
really
really
appreciate it.
It really does help out. Keeps us from having to worry about coming up with money to do that. So it's really cool stuff. Oh yeah, what we were talking about, we were going to do coaching for
peace.
Coaching for peace. Maybe we'll just do that. We'll just do coaching for peace.
That'd be fine.
That would be. We like that. So, it must be 105. Must be 106.
It is.
It's 106. Okay,
We're ready to roll.
Get started. So first of all, we do this, peace stuff. This
Coaching stuff.
verbal coaching, naked verbal portraits, Sawubona stuff. Excuse me. Using a particular point of view. And is it okay if we showed you that point of view? Of course, if you ran into us with our T-shirts, you cannot help.
You'd already be coming into contact with our point of view.
You would already be seeing the point of view. So let's see if anybody agrees. Let us. Oh,
Anders says indeed. Oh, Tina's there. Yes, please. All right, Paul. All right.
Well,
let's show it.
Okay, so today you're going to see that up at the top, we have put the sense of connectedness up there. So if you listen to folks tell stories and such, especially about very, very significant events, they will talk about this experiencing this sense of connectedness with everything and people and everything and all of that. So we want to focus in on Siegel. Yeah,
he's one of them. He's one of them, Anders.
He's one of them.
Yeah.
But even if you're just listening to people tell stories,
even as you're listening to them, you're going to feel a sense of connectedness.
Feel this connection. So this is an eighth sense. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Hell, we were up to 42.
Yeah, really. We had 40. We had 42 last night.
But we borrowed that from the hitchhiker.
Douglas Harding. Yeah. Not Douglas Harding. Douglas Adams.
Douglas Adams, the hitchhiker guy. But anyway, but at least 8 exactly. So because we got the 5, then you got proprioception.
Yeah.
And you got this sense of connectedness, and it's just something that people oftentimes utter, and you believe them. Yeah, you feel this sense of connectedness. But then we go on about our business. So this is about, let's pause a little bit. And so that we've added that up there for today. That is then all those senses, however many you want to refer to, are transformed and they end up down in our mind, and we can think about them. We can use words about them, words and images about them. So that's the vertical line that represents a lot of what we do. Over to the right, you will see the word satisfaction. That's when you do something and you feel satisfied. Yay. And over to the left, you will see the word relief, and that's when you do something and you feel relief. Like,
I'm a fan of relief too.
Yeah, I like relief, right? So there you go. And so with that said, we would like to fill this out our usual way, which is to ask who. I'm going to make Phil bigger.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Who is important to you? And so I am going to once again say that my wife is important. Now, we will bring up, while we're talking about this, is that experiencing the sense of connectedness. And so when you talk about friends and spouses
and your mom
and others, there is this, if you might notice, the sense of connectedness showing up. And other folks that you can think of where this sense of connectedness readily shows up. My son turning
happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And exactly. And so you get the idea. So who's important to you? And today, focusing on that sense of connectedness that shows up when we think of those folks. Recall those folks. Okay. So that's the lower right part. Over in the lower left, we're going to paint our little portrait here, or verbally painted anyway, of the yucky stuff that shows up inside of us. And it's yucky for a reason. It don't feel good. Like fear. Like, Paul's already got it.
It's already in there. Put the annoyance in.
The example we use is fear, but annoyance is the nice one. And there's probably some other yucky stuff that people have. And remember, this is we're leaning into this naked verbal portrait. You're feeling sad. There we go. And so, in this naked verbal
separation,
you're revealing that sometimes I feel sad, and sometimes I feel resentment, and sometimes I feel shame.
And sometimes I feel very separate from others.
Oh, no. Has anybody ever felt separate from others? Disconnected from others. Oh, Tina has felt that. Ooh, yeah. The Act Matrix Situation Room. Hey.
Yeah, I like it.
So there we go. So now we're talking about connectedness on the one side and the disconnected feeling on the other. And you can probably notice the difference between how it feels to sense connectedness versus how it feels to sense lack of it.
Yeah, like Andrews is noticing that he's in one country and his son's in another.
Yeah, there you go. And so we now move up into the land of behaviors, at least for our little drawing here, our little naked verbal portrait. And this is where we reveal so others can see the behaviors that we do to ditch the yucky stuff.
Yep.
To get relief from the yucky stuff. So we all have some favorites that we do. I mean, when it ignores a nice one, when it comes to fear, one of my favorites is run.
It's a garden variety goodie.
It often works. So,
by golly, that person may have some fear inside of them. They're running.
See, you get the idea. So, other things, folks, that might be behaviors that you do to get relief from, like sadness and shame and disconnectedness, that kind of stuff. What might you do to get some relief?
See your folks.
So it says Noah says seeing you folks. If he means us, that makes us into an away move. Score.
We'll take that.
We take it. But it may be seeing your folks. I don't know.
Matrix. I think he's going to go with seeing Matrix talk.
Evelyn does
drinking.
Susan says do avoidance. Yeah. Hey, Susan. How you doing, Susan? I haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you. Oh, that's got that word in it. Sawubona, right?
Yes. Sawubona.
I see you.
Yeah. Scroll
all the social media as an away move. Oh,
hey, Kevin, I got one. I'm fresh off a fantastic fungi, so I'm going to say, eat a mushroom.
Eat a mushroom.
Eat.
Peter says blaming. Well, yeah, that's a
blame. Hey, very popular blame.
And as with any of these folks, you're doing this behavior And if you noticed in the moment, you would notice relief showing up because all of us do this. We have to stay alive, by the way. Avoiding fear and pain and stuff like that can literally keep us alive. Eating, but other stuff is just because it feels yucky and we want to get rid of it. Like eat, listen to peaceful music. Ooh, yes, definitely.
Listen to music.
And you notice it's relief. Ah,
I like this space.
I feel the Tina, pray. Exactly.
Okay, put that up there.
Pray is an away move. Very much so. Very much so. See? So no, man, we got us a lovely naked verbal portrait.
Very nice. Very nice.
And now, of course, the satisfaction, the sense of connectedness, the satisfying sense of connectedness. So for my wife, I might haul off and talk to her. It has been scientifically shown that talking can sometimes lead to a sense of connectedness.
Yeah. And also visiting.
Have lunch together. Yay. Exactly. And hugging. Oh, there's a song in there, right? Hugging and a kissing and a.
Oh, yeah.
Compromise. Ooh, I like that, Susan. That sense of connectedness you get when you compromise with somebody.
That feeling that shows up in you.
Ooh. Take a spin around the some people find that to be a satisfying experience.
Put that up there.
Social matrix together. And Evelyn has found that to be a satisfying experience. And even maybe a connectedness kind of experience. Ditto that.
Okay.
And so we just, of course, drew sort of a composite of all of us here together, but we drew a naked verbal portrait. What do we mean by naked? Well, there you are, with no clothes on, right?
There's nothing between you.
The great thing is you don't have to take your clothes off.
That's right.
You can get naked with your clothes on.
Right from the comfort of your home. You're
verbally getting, and also just like with your clothes, you only have to take off as much clothing as you want. You have the choice of how much you want to put out on the matrix.
What you reveal.
What you reveal, exactly. So, but that's what we mean by doing that. But it allows others you are with to see you. And that's where we get the
Sawubona.
Sawubona is the I see you. Well, now they can really see you. You can hold your matrix up right now. Here, hold it up next to you, Phil, up next to your face like that. There, see, now we can see him really well. If that were Phil's matrix.
Yep.
Oh, well, look at there. I know who's important to Phil.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
And I know some of that yucky stuff that shows up inside.
And I see some of Phil's yucky stuff.
Yep.
Right there, right? See, that's what we're referring to. And it's easy to do with anybody. Yep. And obviously, all by your lonesome if you want. You can draw out your stuff
and just do that.
And so now that Phil's doing that, he's doing a visual representation of the circle that we put into the middle of this thing, and it's called notice. I don't want to see Phil's yucky stuff. Oh, I do.
It's okay, Evelyn.
You can't. Oh, see, he's got fear, Evelyn.
Yeah.
Boy, you would have never have guessed that Phil has.
I got all them things, as a matter of fact. Now, I could even add to them right now if I want.
And he doesn't. He gets as naked as he wants, right?
Yep.
But we veered off of notice. And most any of us might have the opportunity to notice this stuff in our lives. And even notice the sense of connectedness or disconnectedness in our lives in the next week or so. What do you think? You might have the opportunity to notice all of that usual stuff. And today we're adding in noticing the sense of connectedness and noticing the difference between the sense of connectedness and feeling disconnected. So we're going to notice that difference. And Evelyn says, absolutely, she could have the opportunity to notice that. I too might have the opportunity to notice that.
Heck, I just did it.
Well, Phil just did it in real time, right before our eyes.
Right before your very eyes. Took it all in.
So where do we want to take all this? Well, we want to have a whole bunch of people doing naked verbal portraits. And we want to have some volunteers come forward and do them with us. And we'll post them up on YouTube. We'll post your naked verbal portrait up on YouTube. Once again, your choice on how much you reveal. And Tina just put up the link of where you can schedule to do one with us.
Very, very deftly.
And what's the purpose? It's an example. Yeah. You will be showing others how it's done. You'll be with us, and we will run through this just like this. And in the end, we'll have this nice, lovely picture. Because, whoever drew a bad self-portrait, if you had the choice, we're not going to do that. We're going to do a pleasant, connected, verbal
self-portrait is to look at.
Is to look at, right? And we'll do it, but it's so others can do it. And the hope is that others will then become more practiced at seeing others.
Sawubona.
Sawubona. The guy from the Zulu guy says it a lot better than either of us.
Yeah, well, we're not Zulus. That's kind of.
He has the cheat of being Zulu.
Yeah, he's got the right Sawubona.
He got the right cadence to it. But anyways, that's what we're doing. And then one person can do it, and then we just do it, and so we can gradually. And so, well, but of course, what are we going for? Oh, I know what. A sense of connectedness.
Oh, that could be a pro-social matrix.
And that Phil noticed. Yes. And Phil
I just happen to have one here.
The not so subtle segue. Sort of, that was a sledgehammer segue. That was a gong show.
Yeah. That's okay. We're going to go with it.
And of course, we're going to leave connectedness at the top, right?
And we're going to put it in the lower right, too, because I'm doing it.
Well, you go right ahead. But because when we do the pro-social matrix, of course, the vertical line and horizontal lines remain the same. And so it's your senses at the top, this time emphasizing the sense of connectedness, your mind down at the bottom, that feeling satisfied over to the right and feeling relief over to the left. And what's our shared purpose is the next question. Oh, and Phil has already put down matrix talk.
I threw myself in there.
Our shared purpose, what we have, which is a sense of connectedness. You could also put down, we're not really shy about it, world peace.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. For world peace.
He has already put that up there.
So we already have permission. Anders, we already have permission.
we're just saying what we're here for, right?
No, but if you're asking for permission to show, we already.
But it's done.
We did that earlier.
Back there.
Right. We might be taking liberties with that. But
you may be here for another reason. That's okay.
But you know what? We're going to take that liberty.
All volunteered.
Oh, cool.
So he's here to volunteer. So I'm going to put that down.
I think he mean he collected the link and he volunteered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He volunteered with a click. Tuesday, he's volunteered.
Yeah. See?
There you go, Paul.
Anybody else, you click on that link and you go for it. I mean, in the future, if people join us, we will have more times. But
yeah,
just a few times. So anyway, we're about. Sure, you're a dog.
Absolutely, Susan. Yeah,
we are limited by language.
Any human with language is
language that we can understand. Yeah. Well, Phil and I have very limited anything beyond English.
Yeah, we may need an interpreter, but that's okay.
Now we have done interpreter stuff.
Yep. Big kids, little kids, it don't matter.
But in the future, we could, if we had enough people doing it, we could easily get, Spanish and Portuguese.
Oh,
and
yeah.
French.
Japanese.
We can get a lot of interpreters on board. So that's not a problem. If we do it, we just want to have people come on and see examples of doing this as a naked verbal portrait. Yep. And that's all it is. And the naked makes you feel it's a little titillating.
Yeah.
We like that.
Puts a little edge to it.
I'm in trouble with my accent. That's all right. We'll be fine. So anyway, so that's our personal thing is that, and for a long time, we're a little more brazen about it now, about our world peace shared purpose, but that's what we do. But others on the call today might have shared purposes they would like to put up and have Phil write down. Anybody want to write down something else?
In here? Yeah, I put Paul's volunteer ended up there.
Learning.
Cool.
We're
going to go with that.
Deliver more groups. As a shared purpose. And Tina has perspective taking as a shared purpose. Well, I wonder what she means by that.
Yeah.
I have an idea. What's meeting people where they are. If you want to get a little perspective on things, what's the name of that documentary we watched?
Oh, Fantastic Fungi.
Man, that'll give you a perspective.
Oh boy, will it.
That's an interesting perspective taking a documentary. Woo. If you want to take a look at it. And very well done, folks. We're not kidding. Very well done.
Yeah, extremely well done.
A workable everyday practice.
Workable
practice. A workable everyday practice to get you where you want to go. Yeah, an aesthetically pleasing thing to watch. Yeah, I mean, the documentary is really well done from the images to the sound to the writing.
The interviews, it's awesome.
It's really, really well done. And I've watched a lot of documentaries. It's just well done. Yeah, it's just right on. Now, sometimes that kind of stuff is done sort of hokey, but not this. It's done.
No.
So back to Andrews has a workable everyday practice.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. That's chopping wood. That's chopping wood and carrying.
Sure is. At the same time.
Yeah. We like that chopping wood and carrying water business. Hey, maybe that's one of our shared purposes, Phil.
Let's put it down. I'm going to need a bigger quadrant today, Ken. I squoze it in.
Squoze it in. Lovely word, squoze. That has much transformation.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, well, we've done plenty of that. And in the context of this world peace,
Sense of connectedness.
sense of connectedness, all of that, if you're like everyone else on Earth, there is yucky stuff that shows up in the context of working with other people, being with other people.
The special brand of social yucky stuff.
It's called, and yeah, we called it social yucky stuff. And so I can think of one that jumps into my mind, but let's put fear in. Fear.
Yeah, we'll seed it with the fear.
Well, fear is definitely
That's a good one.
Social yucky stuff. So we'll seed it with fear. What other ones showed up, folks? Ego.
Aha.
Oh, my ego shows up.
Your ego showed up.
Yep.
Trauma.
Inconfident.
All right. Oh, cool.
Oh, you know what shows up, folks? Of course. Embarrassment. Oh, yeah. Well, let's put shame in there. The first cousin to embarrassment, shame.
Okay. I'll put that down. Shame.
We got to put disconnected.
Yeah, I don't know. I just threw this in disheartened. I'm not even sure if I got that. I think it should be an E between the N and the D.
That's all right. But in there, you could put disconnected because that's a social yucky thing when you feel disconnected from the group.
Trauma. All right. They got us a evolving list of social yucky stuff now. Embarrassment. Yep.
How about feeling shunned? Can you feel shunned, or is shunned a verb?
Well, I'm a feeling shunned. I'm going to go with that. Feeling shunned. Left out in the cold.
Left out in the cold. Ejected from the tribe.
Thrown over the gates of the.
Oh, there we go. Aloneness. Oh, there's the two.
Alone. Now we're talking.
Yeah, now we're talking.
All right. See you, Susan.
Oh, see you, Susan. Please come back. Odd. Yep. We like that sense of connectedness with you.
We do.
Gotcha.
Good to get together and connect.
And that's a good list. Obviously, anybody who's drawing
Out of control.
who's drawing a naked verbal portrait of within a group format, this is a great one. And then we can do, what do we do when this yucky feeling social stuff shows up?
Well.
Oh, like someone takes away my decision-making power. Oh, no. That has happened.
Avoid.
Just do it. Avoid. So we're all afraid of being alone, so we're going to be alone. Aren't us humans quirky things?
I put down run away.
Run away, right. Avoid. Gossip. By the way, that's like one of the most multicultural getting away from yucky stuff.
Instant relief.
Right. Gossip. And then, of course, we can whine and whine, you bet. To take care of our social yucky stuff. However, if you're talking about world peace, one of the things that people do to get rid of yucky stuff is, guess what? Go to war.
I was going to say war. I was going to go with protest.
No, well, I like war. Let's go to war.
I put them both down. We got war first.
That gets us our war and peace thing going, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's a book by that title.
Oh, yeah. It was a Russian dude came up with something like that. I think it's on Kindle.
I'm only kidding, folks. I think I slogged through that whole thing.
Yeah, me too.
Man, that thing.
Make a Greta Thunberg move. All right. Go Greta. Here, I'm going to put that down.
Exactly.
Go Greta.
Exactly. Go for Greta. Exactly.
Go Greta.
There you go. But it's an old wave.
Yeah.
It's too. It's for this social yucky stuff. And once again, folks, just to reiterate real quick, we don't diss on away moves.
Nope.
Some of them are very, very effective.
We just put them up there.
We just put them up there. And it's always the case of looking for workability. So I will say that in my brief period on this earth, ha ha ha, that was in reference to my very young age, I have noticed that war doesn't work very well for peace.
No, they have to keep coming back to it, apparently.
It just hasn't seemed to work. Excuse me. But anyways, that's enough of that. Now we're going over to the upper right and the stuff that we can do to achieve the shared purposes that we have talked about in the lower right quadrant. So what might we do for world peace? I know what Phil and I do.
I'm going to do this. Go ahead.
One matrix at a time.
Yep.
That's how we do it, folks. We just keep doing the matrix, and then we do it again, and then we do it with another person and another person and another person.
Rinse and repeat.
In the hope that they will share it with other folks. And we'll all start seeing each other and feeling interconnected, feeling that sense of connectedness, one matrix at a time. However, if we had 1 million helpers, it would really help out. So,
yep,
you might help us in that endeavor.
That might nudge things in a different direction.
That'll at least get people looking at things from this point of view. I don't know what will happen after that, but
we have no idea.
Our intention is world peace. It might not work out that way.
Yeah,
at least that's in our intention.
That's it. You have to try it and see.
That's our stated purpose.
We just try it and see.
Right. So what else is there out here?
Celebrate
the gift of life with friends and family. Ooh.
Celebrate life with others.
That feels satisfying.
I can get behind that.
In my mind's eye.
Yeah, I can feel that showing up in me. That
learning. What might we do for learning?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can get together and see each other. Tina was thinking, that's what I said, Tina. Shorter, a little different way. Right. See each other. Listen to other person's story with curiosity. And by the way, folks, in the examples that we will be doing, that's what we're doing. Is when we do the matrix with somebody, we're listening for their story in matrix form, and we're listening with curiosity. And what we would want to show the world is how we can use the matrix diagram to listen to other people's stories with curiosity. And that sort of kind of leads to I see you. Sawubona.
I see all of you.
I see all of you. And your connectedness. Part of the word is difficult, but it's you're seeing the person's connectedness to everything.
Yeah.
And
to what's important to them, their strengths, their weaknesses, all of it.
Their ancestors.
Yeah.
All community members, everybody.
Where they've come from, where they might be heading off to.
Right. And this helps. This might help, I should say. It might help. Might help do that. So that we can do that. What else have people got on there? I'm trying to read it.
We got volunteer, learning, deliver more groups.
Deliver more groups.
Workable everyday practice.
All right. What could we do for that? I think practice. We need to practice.
Back down there to number one. See number one, matrix one at a time.
So, whatever it is, folks. And then
or whatever practice you do. Right.
Back to the middle. We'll do noticing. And we will say, do you think you'll have the opportunity to notice this stuff showing up in the next week or so? Shared purpose. Paul says yes. And there we go. And that's how you're looking at it from this long point of view, backed up point of view. And, but looking at things, and so see what people's shared purposes are. And now, you do not have to, with an individual, obviously, you don't need to do their pro-social matrix. But if you're working with two or more people, you were doing the story, like a pair of people were telling their story, you can do that, like a married couple.
Yep, the story of our group.
They would be the story of the couple, right? So that would be, you could definitely do that. You could do the story of the group, the story of the tribe, the story of the organization, that kind of stuff. I will notice when connectedness shows up. And that's an important part, Anders. A naked group story. Exactly.
You got it.
Exactly. And that's what you're going for, that naked group story, because if everybody gets naked
and reveals,
they can, of course, feel vulnerable, but they can also feel connected and safe.
Yeah. They tend to kind of go together.
Yes, they do. But everybody's in secret and keeping everything close to the vest.
Oh, yeah. Huddled in.
Then people don't tend to feel safe. So this is a way of getting it out there, showing it how you might interact with other people to see them better. And really the point of this, folks, no mysticism or anything, is simply to remember to interact with people and ask them about who, get around to asking about who's important to them. And you might talk with them about their yucky stuff and their favorite away moves, or really good, and their favorite satisfaction stuff.
Yep.
And it's their story. And if you see that clearly, you can see them.
Yep. Step back and notice what shows up next.
And now you're seeing them more clearly. That's what we're getting at.
Yep.
It's that simple. It's a conversation. It's a way of interacting with one another. But what we're trying to do is shift the conversation a little bit, because our sense is that there's a whole lot of people that are not communicating this way.
Mm-mm.
As a matter of fact, Phil and I are of the notion that especially Western languages, and I include like Europe and United States and some Western languages like that. Yeah, our sense of connectedness is muted by our language. We're disconnected from it.
Yep.
And our language has somehow evolved to disconnect us from that. There's some other cultures that obviously it's the opposite. The language supports that sense of connectedness.
Yeah.
This is our attempt at
inclusive versus just not inclusive,
So we're just mucking around with this. We don't know what we're doing really. But our heart's in world peace.
Yeah, we know where we want to be heading. We got a flag planted out there, folks.
We got a flag of world peace. We just got to muck around and see
Flapping in the breeze.
if we can help get us.
We're trying to tact our way to it best we can.
Move us we down the goal line a yard.
Yeah, something. Exactly. Matriculate the ball down the field.
We may not score a touchdown or whatever goal or whatever.
We might not get there at all.
Might not get there at all, but what the heck?
We're going to give it a try.
So there you go. And if you want to help us out, a couple of things you can do.
Absolutely.
Which is support us on Patreon. And the other is sign up.
Volunteer
To come do a naked verbal portrait.
And all you got to do is click on the calendar.
The link is up there somewhere.
Yeah, because Tina put it up at the beginning. Just click on the calendar link. You scroll back, you'll see it.
Yep.
And you schedule a time.
She put it back.
Yep.
And folks, if you're listening to a recording, try the link out. See if it's there.
Yeah.
If it's working.
Yeah, if it's not, let us know.
Let us know if it's not. Sometimes that kind of stuff breaks.
We've been surprised in the past.
And we'll come on and we'll have you do it. And we'll post your naked verbal portrait. As I said, what you're doing is as an example to others. It's not to reveal your inner, deeper, dark, ugly secrets.
Not what we're looking for.
That's not what we're looking for. We're looking as an example of, I'm going to show you how you can see me better.
I'm showing up with all of me.
Yeah. And, you don't have to see all my warts. That's not necessary.
We don't need to see.
Not for a sense of connectedness. That's not. So that's what we're going for. So it's fun stuff. We hope it's fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And we got Paul signed up, so we're going to do Paul.
Yep.
And if other people will sign up, we will do more.
I'm sure others will throw their hat in the ring.
And on Friday, we're going to continue this conversation in a pro-social kind of way, but in news articles and stuff, reports, actual government reports and stuff of what's known now as the Great Resignation, which is where lots of people who have had jobs or have jobs are now deciding to resign and go do something else. And so Phil and I are figuring this stuff relates.
Yeah, we think there's something going on there. There's some connection between those two.
There's a connection that adds up to a lack of connection.
Yes.
And we're going for that. So anyway, we're having fun, and we do. I mean, any way that you can go show this to other people or in your own way, but sense of connection.
Yep.
Sense of connection. That's the biggie. And if you can get that sense of I'll put it this way, folks, at least in my mind. I'm only talking for myself. But if everybody on earth had a deep sense of connection to everybody else on earth, it seems to me that it would be quite a bit tougher to kill one another.
Oh, it would most certainly decrease the likelihood.
I mean, I understand that family members murder each other and all that kind of stuff.
Stuff happens.
If you go into that, okay, fine. But in a general rule of things, if you feel a deep connection with others, you're just not as apt to take up arms.
Yeah. Not likely to happen.
And it's only by the disconnecting of folks that you can then get them killing one another.
Yep.
So it's noticing language that connects versus language that disconnects. That would be an interesting thing to notice.
Yep.
As I use language, is my language connecting me with others, or is it disconnecting me from others?
Where is it taking me?
Me, I would like to go for the connectedness.
I'm leaning on the connection side. Definitely.
There's a definite sense of
want to go there.
There's satisfaction that shows up within me.
Yeah.
Judgmental language disconnects. Oh, Anders. Oh, yes.
There you go.
So all of this judgy stuff that's in the media, judge. We could just replace that with disconnect.
And see where that leads us.
Because that's the part. That's the result, right?
Yeah.
The judgment results in disconnect.
Relief.
It's the other way.
Another way. Relief.
Hard to keep this.
I have to jump a look at
when you're on camera like this, it's hard to remember.
Yeah, there.
But yes, very much so. So you can notice that. And so this has been a fun one. I've enjoyed today.
Yeah, I think we pulled this off rather well.
Connecting with all of you.
Yeah.
And hopefully this will lead
and hoping you will come and connect with us a bit.
We do. If you get a chance, share the channel with other folks.
Yeah.
Say, hey, come watch and
Check this out.
and follow and share. See, there's right up there in the upper right, there's next to follow, then there's help, and then there's share.
Yeah. Oh, we like the share button too.
You can click share, and then you can post it onto
Your favorite platform.
or send it to your folks,
Yep.
your neighbors, whatever, and say, hey, these guys
Check it out.
are trying to do world peace one matrix at a time.
Yeah.
And they're not, and alone, they're just never going to get there.
No.
We can't do it. We need help.
We got our work cut out for us, folks.
We need a few million people doing this
Yep.
to make an impact. So, and all it is simple little naked verbal portraits,
Boop, like that.
just like that. Anybody can learn how to do it. So there we go. We're done. What is today? Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Okay, so we'll be back on Friday.
Back on Friday. Everybody have themselves a nice rest of your day.
You do. Please do. A peaceful day.
Yes. A connected day.
A connected day. Yes. You're welcome. Bye-bye to all.
All right. See y'all.